Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're heading straight to the source, inside Manchester United's Carrington training ground. We've been pulling together everything, live commentary from training, sideline chats, expert notes, to really get a sense of the mood and the challenges ahead of that big Premier League game against Bournemouth.
Yeah, this really gives us a perfect look inside the club. The team's on a bit of a high after that win against Wolves.
A much needed one.
A very much needed one. But that good feeling, it has to turn into results on the pitch and fast. So we're looking at how the manager is handling, players leaving, key guys coming back, all while chasing the pack in a really tough league.
Okay, let's start there with the momentum from that Wolves game. It was called a great win, which it was, but let's be real. Wolves were at the bottom of the table.
They were. And look, it was a professional job. It's less about who they played and more about the reset it gives them mentally. Securing European football is the minimum, and that win keeps them right on track for it.
Without those 3 points, the pressure going into this festive period would be huge.
Oh, enormous. And that's where the analysis from inside the club gets really interesting. They're sitting on 25 points, 8 behind Arsenal.
Which sounds like a lot.
It does, but the feeling there is that the league is still, and I'm quoting here, wide open. You can just feel this frustration that if they just, picked up points in a couple of those games, they dropped.
Those silly draws, the narrow losses.
Exactly. They feel they'd be right in the thick of it, maybe 3 or 4 points back. They believe they'd probably be in a title race.
And that's a double-edged sword, isn't it? It says we're good enough, but it also highlights that they just haven't been clinical.
That's it exactly. They know the quality is there, but they haven't been ruthless. And now the question is, can they find that ruthless streak now when it matters most?
Because the games are about to come thick and fast. That's the message at Carrington. They have to maximize the points right now.
No more slip-ups. They cannot let that 8-point gap get any bigger. They have to stay with that chasing pack, otherwise the season's ambitions really start to fade.
And that's where it gets complicated. Because just as they need to hit top gear, they run straight into the problem of the African Cup of Nations.
A huge strategic headache. You're losing some of your most dynamic players right when you need all hands on deck.
So we're talking about Ahmad, Brian, and Burma. And Nusser Mazori is off to Morocco as well. The sources were all saying the same thing. It's a huge miss.
And the praise for them, especially for Glotto, just shows how big a hole they're going to leave. He was called a breath of fresh air.
Involved in pretty much anything goal-related.
Yeah, and one person even said he's arguably been the team's best player of the season so far.
Wow, that's a massive statement.
Yeah.
Is that a reflection on just how good he's been, or maybe a bit of a worry about the others?
I think it's more about his sheer impact. He has been the one delivering week in, week out, when others have maybe been a bit hot and cold. But you're right, if your best player is about to leave for a month,
then the pressure on everyone else just shoots up.
It does. But this is where the management is being quite clever, framing it as a silver lining.
An opportunity.
Exactly. It's a massive opportunity for those fringe players. The message isn't just, step in, it's state your claim. They have to be tuned in, ready to go, and play so well that when the AFCON guys come back,
it's not an automatic return to the team for them.
Not at all. Make it a real headache for the manager. That's how you use internal competition to raise the level of the whole squad.
Speaking of raising the level, the mood at Carrington also seems to be really buoyed by a couple of big names getting back to form and fitness. Let's talk about Mason Mount.
Yeah, the reports on him are glowing right now. He's had such a tough time with injuries, but his performance against Wolves was apparently absolutely outstanding.
They said he's rolling back the year.
Playing with a real edge, a bit of swagger, and that swagger is so important. It's confidence.
And it's everything else he brings too. He's a manager's dream, isn't he? Right. He works hard, does the defensive stuff, but he also has the quality for goals and assists.
Plus the experience.
Yeah.
International player, won major trophies. He knows how to handle these high-pressure moments in a season. His return to form right now is almost perfect timing.
It really is. And on the defensive side of things, an equally important return. Lisandro Martinez.
Oh, massive. He's been out for a long time, so getting a longer run out against Wolves was absolutely vital for his fitness.
I missed him.
The sources were clear. They have certainly missed him. That elegant style, his presence at the back, He apparently looks up to speed in training, so you gotta think he'll be starting a game very, very soon.
That's great to hear. We also saw some other guys in the mix: Casemiro, Bruno Fernandes, Kobe Mayu, and a few of the younger lads like the Fletcher twins.
Always good to see the youth getting a run out with the first team. It says a lot about the health of the club.
Well, that actually leads perfectly into some of the observations about the culture on the training ground itself. There's a clear hierarchy.
Oh yeah. It seems the old ways are still alive and well. You'd see the younger players off in one group doing some intense drills, while the senior, more experienced guys were together in another.
Someone brought up the old Roy Keane mentality, didn't they? That you have to, what was it? Earn your stripes to get in the big boy box.
That's the one. It's an informal system, but a powerful one. You have to prove you belong.
And it looks like young Kobe Mayu has done just that. He was seen training right in there with the senior group. That little detail speaks volumes.
It's a huge vote of confidence. It means he's earned their respect. But the best insight, I think, came from a surprise visitor.
Right, Andrei Kanelskis.
Yeah.
The flying Russian winger from that great 93-94 team was there watching.
And his take on the difference between then and now is, well, it's just incredible.
What did he say?
He's looking around at Carrington, at these incredible modern facilities, and he just calls it a Hilton.
The Hilton.
Yeah, unbelievable. He's talking about the swimming pools, the kitchens. You know, everything is perfect, pure luxury.
I can't imagine that it's purely a compliment, though. There's a but coming, isn't there?
A huge but.
Yeah.
Because he immediately contrasts this Hilton environment with his old training ground, the Cliff. He said it was tiny, has a 1.5 picture of a pitch. Basically, nothing.
And yet, from that tiny pitch with no facilities,
They got good results. They won titles, they won cups. It really makes you think, doesn't it?
it absolutely does. It brings up this whole question about the modern game. Do all these incredible facilities, which are great for sports science and recovery, do they maybe soften that edge, that hunger you get from having to struggle a bit together?
That's the tension he was pointing at. Success used to be forged in the mud of the Cliff. Now it has to be achieved in, or maybe despite, the comfort of Carrington.
And that's the challenge for them now, heading into this game against Bournemouth. They've got the momentum, they've got Mount and Martinez coming back.
Your confidence is definitely there. You can feel it. The belief is that this is the best time of year to play football matches, and they are fully expected to get the job done.
So they need that professional attitude from the Wolves game, but with that extra spark, that bit of swagger.
Exactly. But let's finish by going back to that challenge from Andrei Kanelskis, that Hilton comment. It leaves a final thought for you, the listener. If titles were once won at the Cliff with almost nothing, what's the true cost of having the best facilities in the world today? How does this current team, in their 5-star environment, make sure all that luxury translates into the same thing they got from a muddy pitch, that intense title-winning mentality, and most importantly, good results? That's the puzzle they have to solve.